You might not properly understand what's going on in the discs in the lower back here when they're injured, and that's often why you do the wrong sort of exercises, because you're following the wrong advice. Fundamentally, injuries down to the disc here are primarily caused by compression and loading. And what does that? Worse, an elimination of the lordosis. How many of us spend so many hours every day sat down squashing the disc, yet the first exercise we get given is knee hugs, child's pose, maybe a bit of flossing as well, which all eliminate that curve even more and squash down on the discs even more. Maybe some other peculiar exercises that just don't work. Those principles are born out of a lack of understanding for the way our lower back works and the way we work in modern society, in our modern lives, ever more desk-based. Not only in office, but also at home around the dinner table, also in the evening watching TV, also in the home office when you're working from home, you're always sat down and you're always squashing down on those discs even more. So once you start to understand that, you can follow a program that has those three pillars. Education, understanding what you're doing every day that's loading that disc more and meaning that it's not recovering. At the end of the day, a disc injury is an injury. There's going to be a degree of instability down here. If we're doing more exercises to stretch it out and create more instability in that area, more flexibility would be another word for it, then we're going to be creating trouble. What we need is to learn to stabilize that spine in a neutral position. What that does is that allows that disc to start to patch itself up, to start to go through a healing process that's not being interrupted every 5 minutes and not leading to lasting instability in that area that's problematic. So we have to have that education to address those poor beliefs or maybe misguided beliefs as a result of people that are fundamentally wrong when they're giving you guidance. For example, doing those knee hugs. And then we need to do the right sort of exercises. The exercises that strengthen and stabilize this section of the spine so it can go through an appropriate healing process. If you've seen any of our other videos, we talk about that scab on the knee, and it's the same as the scab in here. What's it trying to do? It's trying to knit back together again because those two sides have been ripped open apart. So it's trying to knit back together. And if you knock that scab off, let's say on your elbow, on day 1, it's going to bleed a lot. It's going to be almost like going back to square one. But if you knock it off on day 10, it's maybe going to just pus a bit around the edges. It's not quite going to be as bad. So by doing your strengthening exercises and learning those things and how to hold your body on a daily basis and maintain a neutral spine, you're able to protect the back whilst it's going through a healing process so it can gather some healing momentum. And then we can progress on with more advanced and more challenging exercises to really stimulate the strengthening of this area for the long term, not only in the muscles, but also in the discs themselves and the other ligamentous and bony structures in that lower back. If you follow these principles, you're going to have success. And if you want any help with this because you've tried lots of different exercises, they haven't worked, you've tried lots of different treatments and they haven't worked, then check the link in the description here and learn a little bit more about the Back in Shape program and how you can start a 7-day free trial. You'll get access to literally hundreds of videos, which sounds like a lot, and it is, but it's put together in a systematic manner where you follow through phases, doing the right things at the right time for you. We also have the premium group and the live Q&A. That's where we help members directly, give them the support they need. Because let's face it, you get 10 people with the same L5S1 or L45 disc injury, and they've got 10 different sets of challenges. And they need help, they need feedback. And you can't do that even with a clinical appointment because you're only seeing the practitioner maybe once a week or once a month. If you've got deep pockets, maybe twice a week. But with this, you're able to get that feedback on a regular basis through those weekly live Q&As and through the group to make sure you're doing the right things and learning the right lessons to get results for you. So click the link down here. You don't need to take my word for it. There's a 7-day free trial. You can get in, have a look around and see for yourself. Click the link, start the trial today. It'll be the best thing that you've done all year.